Hello again. Welcome back to Cool Media. This is Adam. And we are continuing with Military May. Now, I know I mentioned last time that we would be taken to the air, but I decided to hold on that until Memorial Day itself. What to do in the meantime? Well, I rationed that, did land combat, and have air combat represented, but nothing for sea combat. Well, unless you're looking at pirate ships, there isn't a whole lot to choose from when it comes to naval combat. But I did have something in the library, and that's Battlestations Midway on the Xbox 360. Yeah, there really isn't a whole lot to choose from when it comes to naval combat, and I did a whole lot of searching. I was tempted to go with the Battleship game on Wii, but considering the fact that that has our Navy fighting against aliens, I didn't think that would really fit for Memorial Day, but I will keep it in mind because the Wii version of that is a hell of a lot better than the 360 game that people are much more familiar with. Well, I haven't touched this game, Battlestations Midway, in a long time, and I think I had only done the tutorial missions before. It's been so long that I may need to go back through it just to know what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now, you may be wondering why I'm playing this on the Xbox One rather than on the 360. Well, I tried to boot it up on the 360, and for some reason, I just had a whole bunch of technical issues. So, I figured, screw it, it's playable on the Xbox One, boot it up here. Well, let's go ahead and check it out. Now, I don't remember a whole lot, but I do know this is one of those games that combined action with strategy. Of course, people who watch the video of Dragon Force knows that strategy is not my strongest suit. Let's hope it doesn't go too crazy in that angle. Yeah, when it comes to strategy games, I prefer turn-based because in those games you could just take however long you need to plot your moves.
Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy. Today, you will learn ship control. First, look at your instruments. Top right is the compass. It displays the heading of your ship, the direction you're looking, and the whereabouts of enemy units. Bottom right is your helm. It displays the setting of your engine and rudder, and your current speed. Center screen is the crosshair. It shows you where you're aiming. Bottom left is the unit window. Now it displays information about your current unit. The initials to the right of the name tell you the class. DD stands for Destroyer. Your other instruments are detailed in later tutorials. Move the speed stick up or down to change engine setting. Settings are full speed, half, and back. Move the speed stick left or right to set your rudder. Once set, your ship will continue turning until you straighten it. Yellow arrows point out your objectives. Head to the yellow arrow. Now, that was a splendid piece of navigation, sailor. While you're in control of a ship, you can look and aim your weapons in a different direction from the one you're traveling. Try looking around. Looks like you got it. The indicator on the compass shows you the direction you're looking compared to the direction you're heading. You also have binoculars for taking a closer look at things. Use the binoculars to zoom in on the carrier. Excellent work, sailor.
Well, for being a very early 360 game, this one still looks good.
Today, you will learn to use your ship's guns. This destroyer is armed with anti-air guns, artillery, torpedoes, and depth charges. Not all ships have all of these weapons. For example, a battleship has only anti-air and artillery. Anti-air is called AA for short. It takes the form of multiple machine guns placed around the deck. When you pull the trigger, every gun that can see the crosshair will fire. Some ships also mount flak guns. Those fire shells that explode. That C-47 Dakota is going to drop target parachutes around your ship. Shoot down 5 quickly. Aim the crosshair by moving the camera stick. When you are on target, your crosshairs alter shape to indicate a lock-on. Now remember, the faster your target is moving, the further in front of it you have to aim. Pull the right trigger to fire. You can also shoot from binocular view, which can help you aim more accurately. Good shooting, sir. Now to move on to the next weapon, artillery. These are the main guns carried by every warship. Pull the left trigger to change weapon. Look how your crosshair alters when you switch. Your target will be that cargo hulk there. While she moves into position, let's explain how artillery works. You must aim artillery at a solid surface, such as an enemy, ship, or fortress. If your target is out of range, your guns will not fire. Have a go at firing the guns. Look at the indicator lights around the crosshair, one for each turret. A red light means the turret cannot fire where you're aiming. A yellow light means the turret can see the target point, but is still turning to aim. A green light means the turret is ready to fire. A flashing red light indicates reloading. Shoot that cargo hulk 5 times. Great stuff. Let's move on.
Now the torpedoes.
The most dangerous weapon in your arsenal is the torpedo. Torpedoes hit below the waterline, making them the most reliable way to sink an enemy. Pull the left trigger to switch to your torpedo tubes. Torpedoes are fired like any other weapon, but because they float, weapon elevation does not matter. Although torpedoes are powerful, they are slow. Firing a spread makes it harder for your enemy to avoid them. She's going down. Let's move on.
Depth charges.
Your final weapon system is the depth charge. Switch to depth charge now.
We did it! She's heading for a coral.
Now, the depth charge is the only weapon that is effective against submerged submarines. Cannot be aimed, but rather are dropped from the back of the ship. They explode once they reach a preset depth, or if they come close to an enemy sub. Try dropping some now. Well, as you can see, when you drop depth charges, you go to a special camera to track them. Move the camera stick to rotate this camera. You can steer the ship at the same time. Today, you will learn to use the map interface to issue tactical commands. Access the map screen now by pressing back. The map screen shows you your mission area, all friendly units and any detected enemy units. Your selected unit is highlighted in yellow. This window shows you that unit. This window shows you a unit's target, or the unit that is beneath your cursor. This panel displays objective details and button help. If you're not sure what to do next, review your objectives. Press Y to enter objective mode. This panel shows you the status of your objectives. A gray number means the objective is active. A green number means the objective has been completed. A red number means it has failed. Cycle through objectives by using the directional pad or pressing A. Press either Y or B to exit objective mode. Pull the right trigger to zoom in. The map zooms in on the area where your crosshair is centered. When the map is at maximum zoom, extra detail is revealed, such as fortifications and individual planes. Pull the left trigger to zoom back out. At middle zoom, you can still see individual ships, but individual planes and land units become hidden. Now, zoom out again. At highest zoom, all that is shown is the flagship or squadron leader for each formation. The highlighted area around your unit is their detection area. The light-colored area is the visual detection area. The darker colored area is the radar detection area. Units detected by radar are displayed as unknown. That is because all that is known about them is their position and type. Finally, the green area is the sonar area. Sonar is the only method of detecting a submerged submarine. The cursor is used to select units and issue orders. When you put the cursor over a unit, its details will display in the target window at the top left. Put your cursor over the Fletcher-class destroyer berthed next to your Clemson, and click the camera stick to select it. Good, good. You can also use the crosshair to issue orders to your currently selected unit. Pressing A will order that Fletcher to move to a designated point. Order it to move to the yellow waypoint. The blue line shows you where it's going. As you can see, the Fletcher is obeying your orders. Your Fletcher has detected an enemy ship. Now press A to order it to attack. The red line indicates an attack order. That means your unit will move into range on the targeted unit and engage. A unit with an attack order will circle the enemy, firing until it sinks.
For the bottom, sir.
Well done! Now, there's another way to select friendly units, which is using the directional pad. Press left or right on the directional pad to select the Catalina flying boat. You can create a navigation path by pressing A multiple times. Give the Catalina a navigation path between those 3 waypoints, starting with waypoint 1 and ending with waypoint 3. Outstanding! The Catalina will fly along the path you have created. If you want to cancel a move or attack order, press B. Good, good. An airborne plane circles when you cancel its orders. Or you can tell it to circle one of your ships by pressing A. That command is useful for putting up CAP, or Combat Air Patrol, over your ships or land bases. Order the Catalina to circle your Clemson. Great job! You have completed the map tutorial. Press back to exit the map.
Don't worry, I'm not going to devote the entire video to just going through the Naval Academy. I want to actually get into a mission. But as we could see, this game is extremely complex. And since it had been so long, I wouldn't be fair to you guys or to the Navy if I just skipped straight to the missions.
Welcome to the Naval Academy Damage and Repair tutorial. In the event that you actually end up in a shooting war, you'll need to know how and what to do if your vessel comes under fire. The U.S. Navy prides itself on its damage control. and we expect you to uphold that tradition. This screen allows you to review the damage status of your ship, and also gives you the ability to do something about it. Let's run through the various elements now. This is the status panel. It shows you where on your ship damage has occurred, and how severe that damage is. These are the leak icons. If your ship has suffered a leak, it's going to take on water. Take on too much water, and your ship will sink. These icons show you where on the ship a leak has occurred and how severe that leak is. These are the component icons. Each of these represents one of the systems of your ship. These are as follows. This is the rudder icon. If the rudder gets too damaged, you'll not be able to steer your ship. This is the engine room icon. A malfunction here will mean your ship will stop moving. These are the fire icons. A fire on your ship which rages out of control will eventually cause the ship magazine or fuel tank to explode. This is generally a very bad thing.
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
The final icon represents the flight deck. Only carriers have this icon. If the flight deck malfunctions, a carrier will not be able to launch or land aircraft. This is the flooding panel. It shows you how much water has flooded into your ship through a leak. If the flooding indicator reaches the top of the panel, then the ship will sink. This is the hull damage display. Any hit your ship takes will damage the hull. Once the hull is completely damaged, any new hit will automatically cause a leak to the ship. This is the crew panel. It allows you to assign crew members to repair a specific area of the ship. Now, by default, your entire crew is at general quarters. This means that they will try to repair all damage evenly. However, you can order them to focus their efforts on a specific part of the ship. Let's see how this works. Okay, let's simulate a torpedo hit on your ship. A torpedo always hits below the waterline, which means it always causes a leak to your ship. When this happens, the leak icon appears. This means you've got a job to do, sailor. Get back to the repair screen quickly.
We're taking on water, sir.
As you can see, the ship has suffered a leak and is taken on water. Let's order the crew to do something about it. Put all 3 crew members on water repair duty. Putting crew members on a specific repair duty will significantly increase how quickly that duty is completed. However, other repair tasks will be carried out more slowly as a result. The leak icon has cleared, meaning the crew has sealed the leak by shutting off compartments within the ship. They will now start pumping water out of the ship. Well, the crew has now pumped out as much water as they can. However, they will be unable to pump water out of the compartments they have sealed. If your ship suffers too many leaks, eventually the crew will be unable to seal off enough compartments to prevent your ship from sinking. As you have seen, damage below the waterline is very dangerous. Now, let's simulate an attack to the ship above the waterline, as can be caused by artillery and bomb damage. The warning icon to the right of the screen shows that your ship has suffered an engine malfunction as a result of this attack. This means it's lost its ability to maneuver. Let's go back to the repair screen and fix it.
Engines down, sir.
As you can see, the engine icon is flashing red. This shows it has taken 100% damage, which has resulted in a malfunction. Engine and steering malfunctions are both repaired by assigning crew members to maneuver repair duty. Put some men on maneuver repair now. Well done. The crew is now repairing the engine. As long as the engine icon is flashing red, there is a malfunction. The icon has now stopped flashing, meaning the malfunction has been repaired. But the icon is still red. This shows that there is still damage to the engine, meaning that another hit can easily cause another malfunction. When an icon is red, a component has more than 50% damage. A yellow icon means that the component has less than 50% damage. A clear icon means that the component is not damaged at all. By repairing components before they malfunction, you will greatly enhance your ship's performance in combat.
Sir, fire's broken out on board.
Okay, now let's simulate a fire drill. This bomb hit has started a fire on your ship, as you can see both visually and from the fire icon at the right of the screen. Fire is one of the sailor's greatest enemies. So let's get it extinguished, and pronto. To the repair screen, sailor. Fire works differently from other malfunctions. Any hit on the flammable parts of your ship can cause a fire. Once a fire has started, that section will continue to take damage until it is put out. If the burning section takes 100% damage, an explosion will be caused, which will almost certainly destroy the ship. A flashing yellow icon indicates that the fire is not too severe, whereas a flashing red fire icon indicates that there is a great danger of an explosion occurring. Put that fire out now, sailor. You handled that well, sailor. Now then, the last thing that can go wrong with your ship is damage to the weapons. Let's simulate a weapons malfunction. That bomb hit has taken out your front turret, which is going to reduce your effectiveness as a fighting unit. Order crewmen to repair the damage now. You'll notice that there is no damage icon on the status panel. Now this is because weapon damage is shown separately. The red light on the crew panel next to weapon repair duty shows there is a problem. Get some men working on it right now, sailor. When you have the highlight on weapon repair duty, the status panel will change to show you the damage status of all weapons on your ship. The icons you see represent the main turrets and the torpedo tubes. As with other components, flashing red means there is a malfunction and the gun is not working, while red and yellow icons mean heavy and light damage respectively. Excellent work, sailor. You have now completed the damage and repair tutorial. I hope you never have cause to use the knowledge you've just acquired. That is all for today. Dismissed. Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Carrier Operations Tutorial. Aircraft carriers are controlled just like regular ships. Armed only with AA weapons, their main form of attack is their air wing of fighters and bombers, which can be launched to attack all forms of targets. To launch planes, you must first access the flight deck. This is achieved by pressing the right bumper. Try doing this now. Good. As you can see, the flight deck panel has opened in the bottom right of the screen. This shows you the status of the carrier squadrons. A carrier can launch up to 4 squadrons at any one time, but no more than a total of 12 planes. The amount of planes you have in the air is displayed at the top of the flight deck panel. The 4 large icons represent the status of each of your 4 squadrons. The H icon means that all the squadrons are currently berthed in the carrier's hangar. Below the squadron icons are the squadron details, which shows you the type and number of planes that make up a squadron, as well as what armament they are equipped with in addition to their machine guns. Let's try launching some aircraft. First, you need to move the highlight to the squadron you wish to launch. Let's start with Squadron 3. Good. Now, as you can see, Squadron 3 is composed of 2 F-4F Wildcat fighters. These are ideal for protecting the carrier against air attack. Before we launch them, let's increase the number of planes in the squadron. Press down on the directional pad to highlight the number assigned setting and increase the number of aircraft in the squadron to 5. Excellent! 5 planes is the maximum size for any squadron. Also shown on the assigned setting is the number of planes of that type that you have in reserve below decks. Now let's get these Wildcats airborne. Press A to give the launch order. Well done! The squadron icon has now changed to the takeoff symbol, and the carrier deck elevator is bringing the Wildcats up to the flight deck for launch. While the Wildcats take off, let's ready the next squadron for launch. Select Squadron 1. Okay, you've selected a squadron of Dauntless dive bombers, which are ideal for attacking all manner of surface targets. However, they currently have no armament attached to them. Access the ordnance setting and equip them with 1,000-pound bombs. Great work. Now, you know, different aircraft have access to different ordnance loadouts, so it's worth experimenting with these. Now the Dauntlesses are armed and ready, let's find something for them to attack. There's a target cargo ship in the bay. Let's order them to bomb it. First of all, you'll need to select the ship as the carrier's target. You'll need to close the flight deck panel to do this. Well done. Now, go back to the flight deck. Good. Now that the carrier has a target, you can order the highlighted squadron to launch and attack it. You do this by pressing Y. Order the Dauntless squadron to attack the cargo ship. Excellent. The Dauntless squadron will now launch and attack the carrier's target. While they are doing so, let's run through the other commands you can perform on the flight deck. First of all, you can tell an airborne squadron that you wish them to return to the carrier and land. You do this by highlighting a squadron and pressing A until the icon changes to the land symbol. Tell your Wildcat squadron to return to the carrier now. Very good. The Wildcats will now automatically fly back to the carrier and make a landing. Once a squadron has landed, you're free to change the type and number of aircraft as well as the ordnance they carry. The final command you can use is the Jump To command, which will instantly put you in direct control of any of the carrier's active squadrons. Let's use this command to go and see how the Dauntlesses are getting on. Great work! You have now completed the Carrier Operations Tutorial. Lessons you have learned also apply to land-based airfields and shipyards. All right, that's all for today, sailor. Dismissed! Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Formation Command Tutorial. Now that you have mastered captaining a single vessel, it's time for you to learn how to command a group of ships. For this tutorial, you have been entrusted with 2 ships, your Clemson-class destroyer, plus a modern Atlanta-class light cruiser. This arrow here indicates that you have extra units to switch to. You can switch between your units by pressing left and right on the directional pad. Try switching to the Atlanta-class cruiser now. Good. You can also switch units by positioning the crosshair over a friendly unit and clicking the camera stick. Try doing this now. Excellent. When you have multiple units under your control, you can join them together into a formation. To join a ship to another, position the crosshair over the other ship and press the Move To button. Join the Clemson to the Atlanta now. Well done. When you join 2 ships together, you will see the formation bar. Now this shows you how many and what types of ships are in the formation. The highlighted icon represents the ship you are controlling, while the topmost icon represents the formation leader, which in this case is the Atlanta. If an icon has a gold border, then that ship is the key unit, and you will fail the mission if it sinks. The formation bar closes down after a few seconds, to be replaced by an indicator arrow pointing up. This shows you that your current ship is part of a formation. You can switch between formation members by pressing up and down on the directional pad. Try doing this now. Excellent. You are now in command of the formation leader. From here, you can access the formation screen, which allows you to customize the position your units are in. To open the formation screen, open the command menu and press down on the directional pad. This screen shows how the formation is arranged around the leader. The formation leader is highlighted in white, while the ship highlighted in yellow is the one whose position you can change. If you have multiple follower ships, you can switch between them with the directional buttons. To change the ship's position in formation, move the positional marker with the camera stick to the spot you want it to move to. When you're done, press the A button to confirm and exit, or press either X or B to exit and cancel changes. Try repositioning your ship now. Well done! Now, to get the Clemson to move into its new position, the formation itself must be moving also. So, let's get the Atlanta underway and see this happen. Excellent! The Clemson is now moving to its new position in the formation. There is one more lesson to learn, and that is how to get a ship to leave formation. This can be achieved in multiple ways. One way is to give a follower ship a direct order, such as a move or attack command. However, you can also use the command menu to order a ship to leave a formation. Let's try this now. First, switch to the Clemson. Now, open the command menu and press right on the directional pad to order the Clemson to leave the formation. Outstanding! For the formation leader, the leave command changes to disband, which completely breaks up the formation. Congratulations! You have now completed the formation command tutorial. Dismissed!
I swear, that instructor's voice is just annoying. I can only hope that a chief petty officer who's an instructor doesn't speak like that.
Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Ship Command Tutorial. Today, you will be learning how to give orders to your ships, thus freeing yourself from the need to control your vessel directly. First off, let's introduce the target window. Now, the target window appears in the top left of the screen whenever you look at a unit with the crosshair. Have a go at this now. Outstanding. The target window displays the unit's name, how far away it is, its general damage condition, and what class of ship it is. U.S. units are blue. Japanese units are red. You can set an enemy unit as an active target. You can do this by pressing A. Try targeting the cargo ship now. An active target is indicated by the brackets changing color. White brackets indicate an active target, while white and gold brackets show the active target is also a mission objective. If an active target is in range, then your unit will automatically start firing at it with any weapon systems that are not under your direct control. You can clear a target at any time by pressing B. Do this now. Well done. Notice that your ship has stopped firing. Okay, let's make things a bit more complicated. You can also press A to cycle targets between all detected enemy units. Every time you press A, you will select the next nearest target. Try doing this now. Outstanding. You have now targeted the most distant cargo ship. However, it is out of range. One solution to this problem is to drive the ship closer to the target yourself. However, you can also use the attack command to get the ship's captain to do this for you. As you can see, the ship's captain has maneuvered to attack the target. The order status is displayed above the unit window at the bottom left of the screen. All right then, let's move on to the next topic. As well as giving a ship specific orders, you can also give it standing orders about how you want it to behave. A standing order permanently affects how a ship will behave. Torpedo avoidance affects whether or not the ship will automatically try to evade an incoming torpedo. The torpedo setting affects whether or not a ship will automatically fire torpedoes at target enemies. The default is off. Free move affects whether a ship is free to initiate its own attacks against targets, while free fire affects whether it can set its own targets. Give her a try. Set free fire to on. Well, as you can see, the ship captain has selected a target for his ship and has commenced firing. Now set free move to on. As you can see, the ship captain has ordered the ship to begin an attack maneuver. Note that you can override the captain's attack order at any time by taking control of the ship's helm. Go on, give her a try. Well, that's well done, sailor, well done. Now, as you can see, the order status has changed to cruise, indicating that you are in command of the ship. You have now completed the ship command tutorial. Congratulations.
Okay, from this point forward, it goes into piloting the other craft, and you know what? I forgot how long the Naval Academy part is, so let's go ahead and start the campaign.
In late 1941, Japanese forces had massed in Southeast Asia. On December 6th, President Roosevelt sent a personal note to the Emperor of Japan, appealing to him to cease warmongering. This son of man has just sent his final message to the Son of God.
It's been great to see you again, Doc.
You too, Henry. I still say you owe me $10.
I still say the race ain't over yet.
Technically, I'm a higher rank than you already.
That's only because you Marine pilots have a command structure that's a lot less demanding than the rest of the U.S. Navy. Besides, you're in the war. I'm not. That ain't a fair contest.
Always an excuse.
You know you've been overpromoted.
This is the attack on Pearl. At the very least, it won't be nearly as insulting as that Michael Bay.
I'll see you somewhere in the Pacific.
Here's hoping. If they ever let us off this damn island.
Welcome aboard, sir. Where to?
At ease, sailor. Battleship Row, the Phoenix.
Hi, sir. Want to take the wheel?
You bet.
Okay, full speed ahead.
Beautiful morning, sir.
Best time of the day. Makes Pearl look like the world's biggest boating pond.
Quickest way to Phoenix is through this channel on the right, sir.
Don't worry, sailor. I know where I'm going.
That's the Phoenix.
My name is Henry Walker. I'm currently a U.S. Naval Lieutenant on the USS Phoenix. All my life, I wanted to follow my father's footsteps, be a Navy man. Now that I'm here, well, it just ain't what I hoped it would be. Then again, they say be careful what you wish for.
Man the guns! Incoming at 3 o'clock! Helmsman, full speed ahead. Let's not be a sitting target.
Incoming enemy aircraft. We got him riled, sir.
Get those 50 cals firing! Give the air group cover to get up!
What the hell's going on, sir?
Those are Japanese planes, sailor, and they ain't dropping Christmas presents.
Enemy squadron destroyed, sir.
I got one! I got one! Good shooting, sailor. Now keep firing!
Enemy air forces are inbound. We're on your side, goddammit!
Arizona's gone! Arizona's gone! Explosion that big. Your magazine's gone.
Ford is going down.
Nice work, boys! He's going down! That's another one! Good hunting! Sir! Oklahoma's rolling over!
Good God. Poor bastards.
Enemy squadron has been destroyed, sir. Our aircraft has been neutralized, sir. We have incoming enemy aircraft.
標的までの距離300補足します。距離300補足しました。撃てー
Sir! Bears come back! Mini Summoner Harbor, gentlemen! Grab the ash can! Run that son of a bitch out of here! charges. I'll take us in right over her.
Ah, there goes another one. Got one. We got him. Enemy squadron is down.
Roger me. Who are we on target? Negative, sir. We need to get closer. I'll bring us around for another pass.
We're sinking. All hands abandon ship.
God damn it, she's still operational. Drop the charges when we're right on top of her.
Enemy air forces are inbound. We get one. Marshal lifeboats, we're going down. Enemy squadron has been destroyed, sir. We got another one. Sonar reports the sub is sinking, sir.
We got it! We got it! Wait, here. We've been marked. Bandit at 6 o'clock. Get the guns up! Up! God damn it!
We have incoming enemy aircraft.
This is Major Locklear out of Vallejo Airfield. Call sign Eagle 1. Mid-Pacific Japanese focus. Lieutenants Welch and Taylor are coming.
That's Roger, Eagle 1. Send those bastards to hell.
My thoughts entirely. Eagles 2 and 3, engage at will.
Enemy boat has been neutralized, sir. Got one. He's going down.
Plenty more where he came from, Lieutenant. Keep fighting.
We're under attack.
Enemy ship spotted, sir.
Stay focused, Lieutenant. I don't want to be writing your mother a letter. Score one for the good guy. squad, shoot where your target is going to be, not where it is. It should only take a short burst to send these crates down. Watch out for their tail gunners. Attack from above or below to minimize their firing arc.
Surely I have access to a bomber or two.
Enemy ship spotted, sir.
I get that.
We have sighted an enemy vessel.
I get that. Okay.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. Also launched an attack against Malaya, Hong Kong, Guam, the Philippine Islands, Wake Island, Midway Island. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense.
Skipper, take us 10 degrees to port. This man had his own god and his own family. Why would he attack us?
I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
My country's going to war. I'm going with it.
Hidden objective failed. Wonder what that hidden objective was. Because surely it wasn't a case in which I had to manage to sink one of those ships with the Spitfire, because you saw I got a couple of good strafing runs in there, and even a full volley wasn't enough to barely scratch those ships. Yeah, 314 hits on a carrier, 19 on a destroyer. Well, I really wish there was time for me to go further, but the whole thing with the Naval Academy, even though I didn't finish it, that was just eating up so much time, and I wanted to get into an actual mission. But definitely an interesting mix of genres there. At least this gives a taste of naval combat. I'd like to see more of it. Well, thanks for continuing to join me for Military May. We are getting to full-blown air combat next time. Like what I'm doing, give a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Have any questions, comments, suggestions of other games that actually involve naval combat? Besides this, I know there aren't that many, but I'll take suggestions where they come. Drop them in the comments below or send them at Twitter right there. Next time we're going airborne and finishing off Military May. Take care and game on.